Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another feature highlights. This is episode 6 where we're going to learn everything that we need to know about the electricity and water. Now if it is only these two features in this video, it's a 3-minute 50 video, so how much do they need to tell us about electricity and water? This could mean we have a few additional features that we didn't know about and some stuff that we've never even seen before, which I'm quite excited. So if you are enjoying these reactions to these feature highlights videos, I'm doing them every week until the game does come out. Then smash the like button down below, subscribe if you are new around here, and let me know in the comment section down below too what you think of this feature highlight. So without further ado, boys, let's jump into this now. So I will apologise ahead of time for the stopping and starting, but I do get really excited and very passionate about. I'm very passionate. Okay, so leave me alone. Here we go. Boom.
To understand the basic needs of your citizens, you need only look in the mirror. Like you and me, there are a few important things they need to live healthy, happy lives.
Ooh.
That includes electricity.
Oh, look at the pylons. Oh, double pylons. Interesting.
Water, and
so this is water. Okay, right. So I'm not sure what this is. This concrete dropping down. It's as if like they've built a path to it. Don't tell me that's the key wall. Surely not, right? Or is that a road that they've built right against the edge? We'll see. But I do see some pipes sticking out. Is that meant to be like the where the water outlet? Maybe.
Sanitation.
Okay, sanitation. I'm pausing a lot, but look at that chocolate river. You know, you come back to sunrise, break it every the candy man can. Right, it's Willy Wonka, baby. So this is interesting as well. So is this? Do you know what? This really reminds me of SimCity. Because what it looks like is you drop down the main building and then you add on to the main building. That's the vibes that I kind of get. I know I keep saying this every feature highlights video right now, but it really does give me some city vibes.
With these systems in place, everyone in your city has a shot at living their best life. Let's take a look at
Right, solar farms. Shut the front door.
Electricity. When laying roads...
Okay, so when laying roads, you're saying, we get that. But you can lay in a grid format. SimCity does that. You can lay it in a grid format. But, right, okay, let me break this down. So electricity availability, what we're producing versus consumption. This is what I'm really excited about. We spoke about this before, the electricity trade. But this has got me more excited. Battery charge. So you know those moments where, you know, you maybe got a little bit of excess, you can store it, but you know there's moments where you accidentally delete something, a power line, and all of a sudden your city goes dead. Or it's a case of if you're playing in a day and night cycle and you're solely solar energy, and then obviously nighttime comes, you don't produce as much, then you start using the battery charge. That's really cool, doesn't it? But you can see there's power plants, there's transformers. Now this is interesting, the transformer situation, because normally when you get electricity connected from one place to another, you do power lines. But now we got transformers. We still have power lines because you've seen them in the start of the video. But transformers is that I've used that kind of system in, like, you know, games like Tropico, where that allows you to place down and spread the radius in which you can then connect the electricity. Batteries, I'm really excited for the batteries. Low voltage electric cables. High voltage. Whoa! Wait, so we got two forms of electric cables and lines. You can see groundwater deposits, but the wind speed as well. This is, oh my goodness me. The amount of management just in electricity alone by the looks of it, before we even see any of it, is crazy.
You also install low voltage underground cables.
Wow, okay. So low voltage underground cables is what goes under the road. And then high voltage power lines is what you build with the power lines. Right. So does this mean certain buildings can own, like certain buildings, like say like a factory, for example, would need to be utilized by connecting a transformer and a high voltage power line because they're the low voltage ones are not enough? They're only really enough for a commercial building or maybe a home?
That supply electricity to homes, offices, and shops. These cables plug into
It's literally what I just said, isn't it? So they plug into transformers.
Transformer stations are also connected to the high voltage power lines streaming from your...
Okay. So, to connect the homes and stores, you need to use the low voltage power lines in the road which connect to a transformer. But to feed the transformer with power, you need to use the high voltage power lines. Wow. This is crazy. Also, there's a road around here and the zoning goes off into the water. Did you notice that there? Did you notice that, guys? Zoning on the water. Okay, that's interesting.
City's power plants. They act as a junction where low voltage cables and high voltage lines link up. Together, they form the grid that pumps electricity right across your city.
That's really cool. As you can see, the blue, the high voltage, and the low voltage, the orange and yellow. And I'm assuming, because you can see here, the electricity flow, and then the red is bottleneck. Because you can just about see here, these are more orange than the ones next to them. So these lines here are slowly on the way to bottlenecking compared to the other ones. There's too much usage for its capacity, slowly creeping up. Yo, that's crazy. Now we have to micromanage power lines. I thought traffic was hard enough.
There's one drawback. Power lines and electric cables can only carry so much electricity. When demand increases, they can max out, creating a bottleneck.
Oh my goodness me. Guys, forget traffic management right now. New City Skyline challenges you're going to see all over YouTube right now. City Skylines, bottleneck challenge.
Keep the grid humming by evenly spreading electricity connections around your city. You can also build power lines
really cool.
to import electricity from neighboring cities. Imported energy.
Oh snap, we've seen for the first time ever the import-export trade system. So there's the city boundaries, which, okay. And I'm going to assume, just like how we have city boundaries now, there's always train lines and road networks built to the edge of the wall. You now have power lines. Makes complete sense. That's really cool. So you connect up and then you can instantly trade. But what I'm more interested about right now, and let's be honest, guys, how many of us right now, when we build a city and you paste the power grids, you just connect to the nearest section and let the city do its thing. It makes sense that we're now having the ability to control, or we have to micromanage the capacity coming in through a single line and stop it from bottlenecking. We need to basically connect multiple lines to it. And I hope this is the same for water, because again, how many of us use one water line coming from the pump to do a whole city? We all do it because that's how City Skylines currently works right now. But imagine that in real life, trying to feed a whole city via one water line that connects to a pump. Impossible. We cannot put the tube in which it feeds the water is only so big, and it can only carry so much water through that pipe, so it's going to bottleneck. So this is crazy. Oh my goodness me.
Energy will save your bacon if local power plants fail to produce enough electricity when demand increases. It will, too. Expect spikes when the thermostat drops and everyone dials up their heaters.
Wow.
Hot weather will cause spikes too, as people flick on air conditioners, fans, and ice machines at the same time.
So this gives you more emphasis on why you should play with a day and night cycle and why you should enable seasons. Because it adds not only the additional realism, but the extra challenge of maintaining a city.
Your power plants might produce more electricity than your city needs. When that happens, you can export it to your neighbors.
This is so
While
cool.
this can offset production costs, think it through. By storing excess electricity in emergency battery stations, you have nothing to worry about when demand rises. Emergency battery stations help your city get the most out of...
Did you just see how they connected that then? This is very, very much like SimCity.
Demand rises.
You place down your main building,
Emergency battery stations...
and then you add on additional units that snap and connect to the building. I like the idea of this, but just like SimCity, my biggest issue was when you build a city, you had a lot of dead space because of when you place down like a like something like this, like a sewage plant. You can only connect to it in certain areas to it, and it then limited. But obviously, City Skylines, you can have more space to kind of build anyway. You are limited with the tile size in SimCity. But I'm hoping we don't see everybody's city start to have like a bunch of dead space because, we're saving this for future expansions, or like the way I expanded my water plant means I can't get any buildings. You know what I mean? But I ain't going to complain too much. even though I'm complaining. This is kind of crazy. So we can store it. You can see the charge. It's going to be full in 5 minutes 19 seconds, or is that full in 20 past 9 in the morning? What does that mean?
Help your city get the most out of solar power plants. Battery stations power the city at night when the plant isn't producing electricity.
This is crazy.
And recharge when they operate during the day. Of course, solar is just one renewable energy source.
Yep.
You can build wind, water, and geothermal.
The dam looked pretty good there, didn't it? And this is geothermal. Wow, look at the scale and the pipes.
Power plants too. Fossil fuels are another way to power your city. Or you can go nuclear.
Whoa!
Let's
damn.
talk water.
That nuclear plant was crazy. Right, I think we're now about to move on to the water.
Water and sanitation. Surface water sources are the same as in city skylines. Expect flowing rivers, glittering lakes, and vast swirling
Looks beautiful.
oceans.
Looks really beautiful.
Groundwater is different.
Oh my goodness me. Right, when they said groundwater earlier, and they've mentioned groundwater many, many times in the past, obviously, City Skylines now, it's not the same, but it's a case of when I said groundwater, that just, to me in my head, I instantly thought of, okay, you can put like a water pump on the ground like you can do currently right now. But no, I didn't expect them to literally have what it's like in real life, active water sources under the ground. So you can only put water pumps in certain areas. Now, desert maps where you've got no flowing rivers or seas or anything around is going to really, really limit you to how you build and where you build. But, oh my goodness me, we now got 2 levels of water to work with. This is crazy. Oh no.
These underground reservoirs replenish over time, so they can run dry if they're drained at a faster rate than they're refilled.
Wow.
They're also susceptible to ground pollution.
Wow. So if you place a water well on a ground water source, it will eventually run dry, but if you pollute it by having industrialized buildings on top of it, it will turn into sewagey water kind of thing, polluted water. I can already see the modders on the workshop right now getting ready to build their unlimited groundwater mods. You know what I mean?
They're contaminated, dirty water is pumped into your city's freshwater system.
That's not good. It's not good.
That's bad on every level, mainly because decontamination takes a long time. Build a groundwater pumping station to tap this resource, and a water pumping station to bring surface water into your city's water system.
Wow.
You can also add water to the system with wastewater treatment plants. These plants can process sewage to produce clean water for homes and businesses.
Right, now I've done this challenge in the past, turning poop water into clean drinking water. Someone's been watching my videos. You can actually do it in the game. I mean, you could do it before, but it took you a little bit like a modification. But oh, I would love to create a self-sufficient city in this game. That will be so good.
There's another way to manage sewage. Sewage outlets. They release waste into open water, which can help prevent sewage from backing up.
I mean, we've done this anyway before.
That's a must when it comes to public health. Bungling waste management can make people seriously ill. That's why you want to keep sewage outlets well away from pumping stations. How can you balance the very human needs of citizens with your ambition as a city builder? It's simple. Imagine living your life down there, day in and day out.
Wow. So they didn't mention in there, which I was hoping that they were going to say, with the same with electricity, how water pipes can also bottleneck as well. I don't know whether that came up on any of the UIs or if, I kind of missed it. But it would make sense if they implemented that in, because in real life, if you've got too much demand for what the pipe capacity is, again, you're going to run out of water. So I'm hoping that is a thing, and maybe she just skipped over it. I don't know, because she would probably be repeating herself with electricity. I hope that is a thing, because it gives us more micromanagement. But electricity, you have to manage that right now. With transformers, with the low-level lines under the roads, you can bottleneck, so you've got to make sure that you're building adequate connections here, there, and everywhere. Wow. And obviously, if you've got the seasons and the day and night cycles enabled, it's going to really change how much electricity you produce at certain times of the day, meaning you got to store it in batteries. And if you've got excess, you can sell it, but don't get caught off guard, because if you sell your excess and then you need it, you're out. Oh, the management, the economy right now. And then the water levels as well, the ground stuff. and it kind of depletes over time too. That's kind of crazy. We can finally turn poop water into clean drinking water. That is now an actual feature of the game, which makes sense because that's what you do in real life. Yo, I mean, I said at the start of this video, it's electricity and water feature. How much are they going to tell us right now? How much can they even say? Some of it they're repeating that we already know, which is a thing in the base game. But they actually give us quite a lot of new things from this. This is redonkulous. If I missed anything, guys, please let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think about this too. Right? Do you agree with me and some of my points? If you disagree, please let me know, guys. I'd love to see what your point of view is. And let me know what you're most excited about from this feature today. This is crazy. I'm excited. Hope you guys are too. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So good. Bye.